Thank you for making the purchase. Now, after you selected your model on the site and you've made the purchase, you are going to be sent an email that is going to look like this. Now, the goal here is to guide you through the update without having any problems. It's a 2017 Mercedes NTG 4.5 or 4.7 navigation update version 17. Please read this carefully. It's very important that you read everything that's in this message. All content is important. Now, couple of things. The first step is to actually download the map and to load the map onto a USB stick that is 32 GB in FAT32 format, as pointed out here. Now, after you've done that, it's very important you also read this section here, because that is the next step of how to get your map license key. So when you first get this email, click onto step 1 and you'll be watching this video. Now, the first step 1, while you're watching the video, tells you to download the map. So the very first thing you want to do is start downloading the map. The map is around 17-18 GB that's in a zipped format. So after you download the map, you're gonna end up with this file called MB nav update NTG 4.5 version 17. Now, this is a zipped file, and my computer recognizes that it's a zipped file or a RAR file that has to be unzipped or extracted. You cannot just take this file that you downloaded. This is what you will get once you click here to download. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna click there. Now it's gonna say, whoops, there was a problem with the preview. Now all this is saying is that it's having a difficult time previewing the file. Click download. Now, Google Drive can scan this file for viruses, and it's saying that the file is too large for Google to scan. It's 18 GB. It's too large. Click download anyway. When you do that, it's gonna start downloading. If you're using Windows, it's gonna start downloading at the lower left corner of the screen. I've already downloaded the file, so the file is already here. This is just a demonstration. I'm just gonna go ahead and cancel this because I've already downloaded the file. Please do not cancel until it completes, because you haven't downloaded the file. Okay. So after you have downloaded the file, you're gonna end up with this file here. It's a zipped file. So the best way to know that if your computer is ready to unzip or extract the file is to right click it, and if you see options like extract files or extract here or unzip files or unzip here, that means that you're ready to go. You don't need to do anything else. You can actually go ahead and click this and it will start extracting the file. Now, if you don't see these options and you cannot find a way to unzip the file, then you can go back to my guide. And if you're using Windows, there are some free softwares out there that allow you to unzip the file. So if it's a 32-bit system, you can go ahead and download it from this link. If it's a 64-bit system, you can do it from here. If you're using Mac, use Unarchiver or any other unzipping tool on Mac. It is very important to unzip the file. You cannot just drag and drop the file on a USB and expect it to work. The Mercedes will not prompt you for the update. The goal here is to be prompted for the update. If you're not prompted for the update, you're doing something wrong. So it's very important to follow all the steps that I'm demonstrating here. So first thing, download the file. You'll end up with this file here. If you don't have an unzipping tool or you feel like your computer cannot unzip the file, go back to the email and use one of these tools or find something online that'll help you unzip the file. Now, in my case, I can just click extract here, and that's what I did. It takes around 7 to 10 minutes for it to extract. I'm not going to do that because I've already extracted the file. In your case, you have to click extract or unzip here or whatever the case may be. You're just trying to unzip this zipped file. After you click extract here, you can even pick a destination on your desktop, wherever it may be. You're going to end up with this folder. That's a folder that you're trying to get to. Once you get to this folder, things are a lot easier. So like I said, do not just drag the zipped file and drop it on a USB. It will not work. You have to unzip it first. Once you unzip the file, you're going to end up with this folder. Click onto the folder. and you're gonna get NTG 4.5 version 17 and FAT32. The reason the FAT32 file is there is in the step 2 video. You may not need to watch this video. That I will get into later. So, after you unzipped or extracted the file, you end up with this folder. You click onto the folder, and this is what has to be on the USB. On the root of the USB, this is what you want, okay? And the requirement here is that it has to be a 32 GB USB in FAT32 format. So I have a USB connected already, and I'm gonna click on properties just to see what it is, okay? My USB currently is in exFAT or exFAT. That is not going to work. If you were to take these files and just throw it on there and insert the USB into the Mercedes, you will not be prompted for the update. So first thing you want to do is format the USB. You cannot have any other contents on the USB other than the map contents. So I'm going to format this USB in FAT32. FAT32. You can change, it's up to you. I like to keep it as 64 kilobytes. And then you just go ahead and click start. It's going to prompt you that it will erase everything, and that's exactly what you want. You don't want anything on the USB. Click OK. Format complete. We'll close, and now we'll check the USB properties, and it is in FAT32. Okay? Now, if you're having a hard time getting the USB in FAT32, I've seen some people with Windows or other operating systems where they're having a tough time getting a USB in FAT32. They're just not given this option. They're given the NTFS option, they're given the exFAT option, but they're not given the FAT32 option. Now, if that is the situation that you're in, you need to stop and watch step 2. Okay? Go back, and there's a way to force a USB in FAT32, and that is exactly what this software here does. It forces a USB in FAT32. Now, if you are given the option to format in FAT32, go ahead and do that, and then just follow the instructions from here. If you're not given that option, watch the other video, get the USB in FAT32, and continue watching from here. So NTG 4.5, once you have the USB in FAT32, you can go ahead and load the contents of the map. In my case, I already have a USB formatted and connected. All I'm doing is just dragging, highlighting, dragging, and dropping the contents. You could do that too, okay? You could also, I've seen some people copy and then paste onto the USB, okay? In this case, I will drag and drop. This can take up to 20-25 minutes, depending on the operating speed of your system, okay? Once this process has completed, what you want to do is you want to take that before you send any messages or any request for your map license key. You want to go ahead and start your Mercedes, insert the USB into the USB slot, and you should be prompted for the update. If you are prompted for the update, please, if you are prompted for the update, throw me a message saying that you have been prompted, and I'll go ahead and issue you your map license key. It is very important that you send me the full VIN at this step, that you have been prompted and this is the VIN. Please do not make a mistake on the VIN. If the VIN is incorrect, the map license key will be incorrect. You have to double check your VIN and make sure you send me the right one. If you're not prompted, then you are doing something wrong, and you need to get in touch with me if you're having a tough time and you're not being prompted for the update. If you are prompted, say you're prompted, and send me the VIN, and I'll immediately issue the map license key. Here, the reason I have this step, where I don't want people, I don't want to be issuing map license keys. I don't want to create a situation where the user cannot be prompted or cannot carry out the update, and they're stuck with a map license key, and now they would like a refund because it's not working. In order to avoid that, I try to put the customer in a situation where, God forbid, it's not working or something is just not working out, I can always give them a refund if I cannot resolve their issue. So the goal here is to protect the customer, that they're not paying for something They're not paying for a service they're not getting. So download the map. Click here to download the map. Watch the video. Load the contents onto a USB. Start the Mercedes and insert it in the USB slot. If you're prompted, message and I will go ahead and issue the map license key. And the update itself, you must leave the car running. I don't really recommend connecting chargers because people sometimes don't know if it's connected properly or not, and then we run into other problems. You can drive the vehicle while it's updating. You will lose other functionalities while the update is being carried out. So it takes around 40 to 50 minutes for the procedure to complete. I would highly recommend that once you start the procedure, you let it finish, and at the same time, do not connect. I don't really recommend connecting a charger. I prefer leaving the car running as long as you do it safely, and you can drive the car while the update is being carried out. If you have any questions or you're having a tough time, please message and I'll get you through this. Thank you.